It's the first time I am seeing a team playing with only five regular batsmen and rest all and four bowling all rounders and three bowlers. That it's located in South African, purely South African conditions where specialist players are required much more. In that cases, playing with three, four bowling all rounders is not a wise decision at all. So I don't think after the injury of Tilak Verma, he is going to tinker anyone around who is being a part of T20 World Cup. So in that cases, he is trying the options which are left over. So in that cases, since these are all bilateral series, he is playing some experimentation over.
Think tank and the selectors, I think they are more or less they have made up their mind that Gill will be the captain, for the 27 World Cup, and they are grooming him accordingly. Basically they have 20 odd matches in the
20
next one and
matches.
a half years
Correct.
before, so
Correct.
there will be a little bit of experimentation with the lineup. So, but one thing I must say that, this they are branding, basically Harshit Rana as an all-rounder. That is a very dangerous thing because playing on
Correct.
Indian wickets and South African wickets is a different ball
Huge
game.
difference.
It's a
Huge
different ball
difference.
game. So, you cannot afford to have, Harshit Rana coming at five down. Build up your team according, keeping in mind if ever you need an all-rounder, you should go in for Hardik Pandya once he is fit. Since Gill is the captain, I think he'll prefer to, although he prefers coming one down or two down in the test matches, but in
Hmm.
ODIs, I think he will prefer to open, along with Rohit Sharma.
We should keep Rituraj Gaikwad. We should groom him because
No, no, you
if
you
at
are
all
saying
we lose,
you have said that he's not an automatic choice. I want to know why are you saying he's
yeah,
not automatic
auto,
choice? Why is
because the
Shreyas Iyer
fact
not automatic choice? Because his average
because
is 50 plus. He's scored a lot of runs. His strike rate is 100 plus. What is, I mean, he's probably next to, I think, Shubman and Virat Kohli as far as strike rate is concerned in the ODI side.
we must keep in mind that the next World Cup is on South African condition, and till now he is having a this rising ball is a niggle for
Rising ball for,
Shreyas
which
Iyer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very, very cold evening today at Kolkata, joined by Ishanjan and Sudeep, reviewing the first ODI against New Zealand, and a lot of points to discuss, although India won. But since this is a build-up to the T20 World Cup as well. So straight off to Ishanjan, and my first question is the team selection. What is your take on the team selection? We, of course, know India won, but what is your take on the team selection? Because you have been discussing this on Facebook a lot. So, Ishanjan, over to you.
Although it was a win, but it's quite alarming, based mainly on the fact that team selection, because it's the first time I am seeing a team playing with only five regular batsmen and rest all and four bowling all rounders and three bowlers. Actually, we are preparing for 27 World Cup, taking into consideration which is 22 months left over. So in that cases, if we are planning to play so then it's the this time it won't be scheduled on subcontinental condition. That it's located in South African, purely South African conditions where specialist players are required much more. In that cases, playing with three, four bowling all rounders is not a wise decision at all. And keeping
My
in mind,
question is, Ishanjan, just
yeah,
a second.
yeah.
Do you think that Gautam Gambhir's this experiment, always playing bowling all rounders in test matches, that has failed badly in England? And I'm just cutting you because I want to know from you. So you think this all-rounder concept, playing bits and pieces, man, now that is hurting the team also in ODIs? In white ball also that is hurting the team?
Actually, I think he is not having any other aspects because taking into
Option.
mind that 20 option T20 World Cup is knocking at the door. So I don't think after the injury of Tilak Verma, he is going to tinker anyone around who is being a part of T20 World Cup. So in that cases, he is trying the options which are left over. So in that cases, since these are all bilateral series, he is playing, might be he is playing some experimentation over, but in that cases it, I want to tell that we shouldn't tinker on the balances of the team. If we say that the number 5 position was to be clearly handled by Aksar Patel in, but since he is a regular member of the T20 squad, so before the T20 World Cup, I don't think BCCI want to take any risk of playing Hardik players like Hardik Pandya, Aksar
I think
Patel, because they are
I was
very
coming to that.
important members.
Hardik and Bumrah have been rested for the T20, so they are rested.
Yeah. And same Aksar Patel is also been taken, has been rested. So that places, if they want to tinker with Ravindra Jadeja, then I don't think it's a good option to play Ravindra Jadeja, to promote Ravindra Jadeja up the order, because
No, but
his
one
role
thing,
was
Ishanjan,
regular as a.
Ravindra Jadeja is not going to play the T20 World Cup. He is playing. He's a ODI part of the ODI side.
No,
So
he's.
yeah, so number five position. I know we have been debating on social media, me and you and other friends also. So do you think that number five position is open? I'll come to Sudeep on this also. Do you think the number five position is open in the ODIs? Since the ODI, we're talking of the ODI
Definitely,
World Cup.
and why only number 5 position? If I taking into analysis, Shubman Gill's position, although he is a captain, he, because that opening position, because Rohit Sharma, I think whenever Shubman Gill is taking into consideration, Rohit Sharma has to take the responsibility of scoring runs, rather than when Jaiswal is into that Shikhar, that left hand right hand concept, in the which that means in the opening, if we play
So
the left hand, right
you are
hand concept,
saying,
then it
and
will
you
be a
have been
part.
saying this. You are saying it is basically Yashasvi Jaiswal and not Shubman Gill. That is your call, right? You are
Not,
saying
yeah,
Jaiswal
because we have to give, because it's going to ease Rohit Sharma while playing, and he can
playing well.
play freely,
Okay, fair enough. So
and we know.
you are saying Gill is using more balls, so it's putting pressure on Rohit. I will come back to you,
Yeah,
Ishanjan. Yeah, I'll come back to you. Sudeep, your call. Because there is one reel in which you become very viral where you said Yashasvi had to play for India. 3 months back, you remember you said that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
coming back to Ishanjan, I am now asking you, do you think uh, what Ishanjan said, and he's been very consistent. He's saying no Gill for ODI, and that's a big call because ODI he's the captain. Do you think Yashasvi Jaiswal and Rohit Sharma are these the two openers for India in the 27 World Cup?
See, I think the think tank and the selectors, I think they are more or less they have made up their mind that Gill will be the captain, for the 27 World Cup, and they are grooming him accordingly. Basically they have 20 odd matches in the
20
next one and
matches.
a half years
Correct.
before, so
Correct.
there will be a little bit of experimentation with the lineups, huh. So, but one thing I must say that, this they are branding, basically Harshit Rana as an all-rounder. That is a very dangerous thing because playing on
Correct.
Indian wickets and South African wickets is a different
Huge
ball game.
difference.
It's a
Huge
different
difference.
ball game. So, you cannot afford to have, Harshit Rana coming at 5 down. So accordingly, you have to you have to, build up your team according, keeping in mind if ever you need an all-rounder, you should go in for Hardik Pandya once he is fit. He should come into the side. Or
So you
Akshar
think
Patel.
Yashasvi Jaiswal does he fit in, according to you? A lot
See,
of people said in the media because they liked your point. They said that Yashasvi should play in place of Gill. Do you think that he should play in place of Gill, or you think because Gill is captain, he will force his way into
Since Gill is the captain, I think he'll prefer to, although he prefers coming 1 down or 2 down in the test matches, but in
Hmm.
ODIs, I think he will prefer to open, along with Rohit Sharma. Now, everything
So
will depend on Rohit Sharma, how he performs in the next few matches,
correct. I
next
think that is
20.
very
If
important. Yes.
if he performs well, then I think then Yashasvi Jaiswal will find it a bit difficult to get into the playing 11. Of course, he'll find his place in the 15, but in the top 11,
So
although I
you
feel
are
that he
saying
deserves a place.
you are saying, and you have been saying this. Jaiswal comes into the top 15 in their side.
Yeah, top 15 he'll come in. Yeah, but I think he deserves a place in the playing 11. But then as long as Gill opens, it will be difficult for him to get into the. But everything will depend on how Rohit Sharma performs, next 10, 15 matches,
Very critical point, Rohit Sharma. So, second question to you, Sudeep, is because this was an extension of Ishanjan. Was it a bold call by Shubman? Because we are reviewing the number one, the first ODI. Was it a bold call to field, given that there is a batting pitch?
Yeah, no, I think in the evenings, might have the dew factor
Due.
might have played a part in selecting, and Indians are very good, chasing big totals on Indian pitches, not
And with
abroad,
Kohli in such form, and Kohli
and
in
with
such form.
Kohli in such form, and so I think he preferred to chase a total rather than setting up. So
Good,
I
good,
don't think
good.
it's a bold call. I think it's a natural
Very true.
because most of the time, whenever we win the toss on Indian pitches, we prefer to chase. That has
Okay.
been the most of the time.
We'll
Had
come
it
into the
been
match a
had it
little
been
bit.
Eden Gardens, the things would have been a bit different.
Bit different with a big
Because of
ground
the
like that.
weather
Yes,
condition. Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Better condition. Correct.
yeah,
Ishanjan, we know New Zealand as a very, very good fielding side throughout our lives. You have also seen very, very Chris Harris, Chris Cairns, Tim
Mm.
Southey, Ross Taylor, historically tremendous Ken Williamson. I mean, 4 or 5 catches dropped. Do you think, what is your take on this hugely poor fielding from New Zealand yesterday?
Actually, the this side is a new side probably, and even Bracewell is a very good fielder.
Captain,
But
yeah,
yeah,
but he's a
the
new
falter
captain, yeah.
on their side a bit might be another thing. When New Zealand was fielding time, that was a time for due, and in due we know the lapses of timings, and this can happen at any point of time because due factor was at the utmost at that point of time. So this is quite a natural, and especially while playing in India, because it's not only New Zealand. India has also dropped uh, some few catches, and there has been some aberration fielding
Some
mistakes
fielding
like
mistakes.
for yeah. So that was mainly due to since Dew were playing the spoil sports.
And when
Otherwise,
you
New
see,
Zealand fielding was not up to that. New Zealand fielding
yes,
was quite
they
okay, and
dropped a lot
it
of
was
catches. They dropped a lot of catches.
dropped a lot of
Yes.
catches. And this is at this point of time, Dew often plays a spoil sport in the fielding, and we have seen how the grounds has become foggy, has become as total. It was a moisture on the field, and so in that cases, these things are quite, that means frequent is going to happen. And even during India's fielding time also, India has also faltered around. But otherwise, New Zealand was apparently they were a good fielding side, because
Correct.
they
So
have tried their hard to, even in the matches they have saved around 20-25 odd runs. Otherwise, India would have chased this run quite easily. India, this was a merrymaking for India when Kohli and Shreyas Iyer or
the
Shubman Gill was
batting,
playing. It was
Super
just
batting.
a.
Right.
Ajay,
So
I will tell here one that because prior to this series, Ruturaj Gaikwad was in good nick, and suddenly India dropped him into the squad. It's unfortunate. I think he is rather much more versatile player than, because if we are thinking in mind about the 27 World Cup, then Shreyas Iyer, although he did a good service in the last Champions Trophy and World Cup, but
you are very
here,
vocal on not keeping IR, but remind you, we had a show in which Rajiv Sadisai said, and of course that was a huge show, that Shreyas Iyer, and we were very upset why he was dropped from the Asia Cup team, and he said that he will come into the side, and then he became the vice captain. I think, Shreyas Iyer will come in, Sanjan. I mean, you are saying he will not, but why
I'm
are you
not
saying
saying
that he is
about.
not an automatic choice? Why are you even saying he's not an automatic choice? I want to
No,
know
no,
that.
I am not saying that he
Uh,
shouldn't be a part of the team, but we should keep Rituraj Gaikwad. We should groom him, because
No, no,
if
you
at
are
all
saying,
we lose,
you have said that he's not an automatic choice. I want to know why are you saying he's
yeah,
not an automatic choice? Why is
because the
Shreyas Iyer
fact,
not automatic choice? Because his average
because
is 50 plus. He's scored a lot of runs. His strike rate is 100 plus. What is, I mean, he's probably next to, I think, Shubman and Virat Kohli as far as strike rate is concerned in the ODI side.
we must keep in mind that the next World Cup is on South African condition, and till now he is having a this rising ball is a niggle for
Rising ball form.
Shreyas Iyer. rising
But in
form. He's a
ODI,
very
ODI,
much
not in
legal
test
form.
matches. Do you think in ODI it really matters? I mean, he can cut and pull because it's a 50 over game.
Yeah,
And you are
and
saying, I
not only
agree,
that,
that's a short.
he has a knack of fault. That means he that means during the time when urgency matters, he often falters around by actually irresponsible shots or some. He has a knack of throwing away wickets. Both he and Shubman when team needs the most. So in
Shubman
that
Gill
cases,
agreed,
there's
yes. Shubman Gill in white ball, I'll agree. Definitely. He has a bad,
and
and in white
same
ball, I
goes to
think in
Shreyas Iyer
T20 he
also
should not
because
be playing. Yeah, I think in
yeah,
T20
because
Shubman
if I
should be
keep
dropped,
in
and we
mind
all
the
discussed that.
World Cup final, after the dismissal of Rohit Sharma, the back-to-back wickets of Rohit Sharma and Shreyas Iyer has
Yes, yeah.
squandered his
Yeah, that
run
23
setting
final. Correct. Very true. Okay,
because
now
in
Ishanjan, my
crucial matches.
final question. Yeah, my final question to you is I think Rituraj Gaikwad, you have a point, and so you have a point on Gill also. I mean, yeah, Gill on the opener. We saw, I think if you have been watching the match, I think Sudeep, me, we all saw that there was a discussion with Kane Williamson when India was batting. Kane Williamson probably is going to retire. So that is a discussion point. Not in test, maybe in the wider format. And given the record that he has in all the formats, do you think Ken Williamson would have made a difference if he would have come in this series? Sanjan.
Definitely, a batsman of Kane Williamson's caliber is quite equivalent to
Virat
India's
Kohli.
Virat Kohli's caliber. So definitely a player like Kane Williamson, Steve Smith, or Joe Root is definitely that is going to be a very big factor if he would have been a part of the team. And he nags the actually he has the ability of scoring that means scoring the runs and as well as building up the innings. But in this New Zealand series, I hardly found anyone who has the knack of building. Probably all are mostly like South African. They are hard hitters. Mostly the Bracewell, the Phillips, they are mostly hard hitter because they would have capitalized a player like Rachin Ravindra. New Zealand even missed the player
Yeah,
like
he did not
Rachin
come. He
Ravindra.
did not come. Correct.
It's not
Rachin did
right.
Yeah,
not
might
come.
be because since T20 World Cup
It's a
is
second run
knocking at
team
the door,
basically.
yeah,
Yeah, Sudeep, I
basically
didn't
they
get you.
all are
Yeah,
playing.
it's
This
a
series is
second.
an experimental series.
It's a
Yeah,
second stream. It's an experimental team. Michael, yeah, yeah.
it's
Experimental series.
experimental team. You know,
Last
most of the
because
players are not there. You know, Mitchell Santner, which is who
Yeah.
is their
Mitchell
captain. You know,
Santner,
he's not there.
So
Then
I think,
Rachin
Ishanjan,
Ravindra.
absolutely agreed with you on your points. Sudeep, my last question to you is, do you think, and of course, we always say this because India is the big money puller in ICC. We've been discussing this today with
Yeah,
Ishanjan regarding a different aspect.
yeah,
Uh, any team wants to play India, whether home or abroad, because that brings a lot of money to ICC. Do you
absolutely.
think playing a second string side like this, we just discussed this second string side, which Shannon also said, do you
Yeah.
think this makes a real sense for India to prepare for the World Cup with this low level side, if I
See,
call it a low
actually,
level side?
yeah, actually, see, the selection of the New Zealand is not in India's hands. You know, whatever team they will send, India has to play. You know, they have set a,
Correct.
you know, they have set a schedule accordingly. You know, going, slowly towards the World Cup. You know, so
World Cup.
it's the prerogative of the visiting side, which what team they select. And I don't think New Zealand are taking this series very seriously. I mean, it's a totally second-run side because most of the six
Absolutely.
to seven players, who feature in
Yeah.
the top
Regular
11.
side.
I mean, they
Yeah.
are on the regular side, they are not in that side. So, see, it's not in India's hands. So, whatever team comes, they have fixed up
No.
a schedule.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is,
Mm.
with Tilak Verma injured, Pant injured, India is also
even
hampered
India
to
is not playing their regular
correct.
side.
Yeah.
Bumrah and rested Bumrah, Siraj
Bumrah,
Akshar
rested. Siraj
Patel.
is there.
Akshar
Hardik
Bumrah
Patel.
and
Pandya, Akshar
Hardik
Patel.
rested. What I'm asking you, Sudeep, is do you think playing a second string side helps the team, which is a contender for a World Cup? India have been winner twice, runners up twice. So is
No,
it helping India to play a second string? That's my question.
no, it's not. It's not actually. It's a second string team. I mean, the three, four players, who should be in the 11 as far as World Cup is concerned, they did not feature in yesterday's match. See, we have 20 odd matches, so I think the selectors and the think tank they are going to experiment a little bit. They are going to try out different combinations and see which is
I
going to play.
personally still feel, as Ishanjan said,
Hmm.
that two, three positions are still open in that top 15.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, the other players, who are in contention, Hardik Pandya, Akshar Patel,
automatic choice.
Yashasvi Jaiswal in the playing 11.
Jaiswal,
I'm
you have
saying
been very, very
uh,
vocal, Sudeep, about
Jasprit,
Jaiswal coming
yeah,
in.
yeah, Jasprit Bumrah. Jaiswal, adds more variety. It's if you have a left and right
Left
combination,
and right.
so that helps a lot.
But
In
then it
ODIs.
puts Gill at three. But if Virat Kohli is around,
No, no,
then Gill
I
is in
don't
trouble. Then
because
where does Shreyas go? If Shreyas goes at five, then
yeah,
Ishanjan's point is right. Then Akshar goes at six. We have one down, and KL Rahul goes at seven. So it
absolutely.
is evident that Gill and Yashasvi cannot play together.
And KL Rahul at 7 is of no help. I'm telling
No
you,
help.
is of
Exactly. Is
no.
no
It
help.
is not.
So
It's
I
an
think
But
absolute.
one thing in mind, we must keep in mind that KL Rahul is the we have to groom KL Rahul as a next finisher along with Hardik Pandya because the finishing slot, because Hardik Pandya, someone has to take the as the responsibility along with Hardik
correct.
Pandya.
And
Hardik
KL Rahul
Pandya
is mature enough.
single-handedly
He's
is not
played
been
12
possible.
years now.
Yeah,
Rahul is
yeah,
12 years into international cricket. Very old hand now.
very
And
old and he's handling this position quite
well.
adeptly, I will say.
So do
Now,
you
Because
think with
rather than
KL
opening
Rahul,
the innings with KL Rahul, he's handling the number 6, 7 position is quite
yes.
adeptly is
See,
handling.
that is what is Ishanin is saying because if you have Jadeja in the ODI side and at five and Akshar will of course is ahead of Jadeja right now. So if you have Hardik and Jadeja, then if you keep Rahul at seven, then I think what Sudeep says is no point keeping Rahul at seven.
I am on
So that
opinion
is the
we should
problem.
make Rahul as the captain. Instead of Gill, we should make Rahul as the captain and we should
That
play
is a thought
Jasper.
which is still going on, but I think, as Sudeep rightly said, we all know that he's going to. I do not think he'll be all format captain. Gill cannot take the pressure. He's injury prone. So I think he'll be in Test and ODI only. I think so. But again, after
T20 he
Surya
won't
Kumar
be there.
Yadav, I think T20 also,
Li-
all format captain, you cannot take the pressure because it's too much of
li-
Yeah,
cricket these days. We'll have to
exactly. Too
see
Like
much of
that.
cricket.
some of the one guy was saying in my iBook that that Gaikwad can only play once the Kohli or Rohit Sharma
Is
leave
that?
the squad. I will say
Yeah.
Shubman Gill should rather play once if Kohli and Rohit
No,
Sharma doesn't feature.
which is
He
true,
can be a
Ishanjan.
stopgap option.
If
Otherwise, I'm not
Gambhir,
finding any
yeah, if
place in the
Gambhir
wide.
can drop Gill, if Gambhir can drop Gill from the T20 squad, I think the same can apply for him also. Yeah, true. We bring an end to this conclusion. Finally,
Yeah,
gentlemen, what is the scoreline you were saying?
I
3-0?
think this one is an experimental series. This is an
Correct.
And one thing I must say that BCCI, once this T20 is up, the BCCI must this instead of this 3 match ODI series, it's of no use. I think it's better to schedule one 5 match or one try series like
Those were
where
there in our,
the number
when
of
we were
matches
growing
should be
up,
more than
there
four
were
or
five
five
test
because
matches and five ODIs always. There was no this T20s and three. Nowadays, the money
Yeah.
is
five
taking a
ODIs, all
better,
right.
yeah.
Now they are
I don't know
dividing
how it
it
helps, but
between ODIs and
yeah,
T20s,
ODIs.
because for
Now there
more
will be 20 plus
commercial.
ODIs and few T20s. And of course, after the T20 World Cup, it will be the IPL and then a lot of ODIs
So
will happen.
T20s are more commercially viable nowadays, for
Very, very
them,
high. And that
Because
is where money worth
if
is
I
going.
was seeing the calendar, I was seeing the calendar of Team India because the calendar has been leased for till December, but from December to the next World Cup there is a 10 months gap. So in
10,
10 months
11
gap,
months gap.
and suppose India is going to play one. Yeah, India is going to sure shot play one West Indies tour and one this Asia Cup. So in Asia Cup, I think it's again going to be scheduled in Dubai. So in West Indies
Yeah.
series, probably India should try to feature in some window for 2, 3 ODI series during that point of time for 5 match ODI
Correct.
series.
Right. Thank you, gentlemen. I think that the conclusion is very clear today that India is playing a second string side. Rituraj Gaikwad still might find a place. Yashasvi Jaiswal will, of course, debate on this position. I think he fairly deserves a place, but and a lot of people think that also. We have discussed this.
But it's
And
a healthy
obviously,
competition going on.
hmm.
It's a healthy
But my point,
um,
Ishanjan, has been that
monitoring
if
going on.
Rituraj Gaikwad comes in, I don't see him coming in right now. But with KL Rahul at seven doesn't make sense. As Sudeep rightly said, I also think the same. So I think there has to be
So if
Akshar
Hardik
ahead of
Pandya comes
Jadeja.
in, I think he will bat at number 5 or 6. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
just for the experimentation is going
I
on.
think I
yeah,
think
So
yeah. I
Jadeja's
think Hardik.
Jadeja's place is not secure at the moment in
yeah,
ODIs.
Yes,
that's I am
Jadeja's place
finding
is
Yeah.
not secure.
that
That
is
is the
not
point.
secure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
On
is the
that
point.
note, I'd like to thank you, Sudeep and Ishanjan, for a quick
Thank you.
review of the first ODI. We'll be back again for the second ODI and looking like that is going to be 3-0 for India and doesn't help India at all with this low string side. So that's the market dynamics. You play whatever side you get. On that note, thank you so much, Ishanjan and Sudeep, for joining me on a quick note of the review, and we will discuss the Justice Yashwal issue as we go ahead till the T20 and the final World Cup. On that note, thanks and good night.